Well, you know, there are many language services here at the Voice of America, and among them is the Persian News Network, or PNN, which broadcasts in Farsi to Iran. But PNN is popular for much more than straight news.
Yeah, that's right. So one of PNN's shows is called OnTen, and it's an edgy satirical news show that pokes fun at Iranian officials. Yeah, a lot of that going on. The award-winning show is broadcast weekly from VOA studios in New York, and I caught up with the show's executive producer, Saman Arbabi, and host Arash Sobhani to find out more. Let's watch.
سلام، من سامان اربابی ام. اینم هست برنامه آنتن. وزارت اطلاعات از خبرگزاری فارس به علت دروغگویی شکایت کرد. ثانیه‌هایی پس از وصول این شکایت فیوز کل قوه قضاییه پرید.
So, Saman, Arash, this show that you do on 10 is a satirical look at Iran and at officials in Iran. Why do you think this kind of show has so much appeal?
You know, it's mostly a personal taste, but I think it's something that we have in common with millions and millions of younger Iranians inside Iran who are pretty much tired of either propaganda or just bitter news about like what's going on in the region, because the news mostly that comes out of the Iran or around Iran is normally not a good news to talk about around your you know, your dining table. So we use sense of humor to make it a little bit more appealing, and also to disarm everything away from politics and religion and you know, the hard news attitude by making it more digestible, I guess.
Well, you know, I think there's a, you know, Iran is a very complex country right now. We have a, I think the average age of Iranians is very, you know, it's a very young country in terms of population, and there's a majority of these people, they don't have a voice, they don't have access to a TV channel to express their views. They don't have they can't, they're not allowed to write on the newspapers. So there's a silent majority that they need to express themselves, to vent out, you know, their feelings. So what we're trying to do to give these people a voice and to create a dialogue between different segments of the society, and satire is always a, you know, a good medium to do that. Humor always helps, and we are not trying to, we don't have any goals to direct people or to give them directions or anything. We just want them to think, to start to have a dialogue and to express themselves. That's probably what we're trying to achieve here.
خدمت شما تقدیم می‌کنم. به مناسبت فرارسیدن هفته دولت، پینک فلوید در مکان هیئت رزمندگان و به همخوانی حاج منصور ارزی کنسرتی برگزار خواهد کرد.
Now, of course, this can be kind of controversial, right? You're deconstructing the messages that traditionally come out of Iran. Have you received any kind of backlash from this?
Well, we're actually proud of that, because when the officials in Iran, they watch our segments, we know that they're following us, and they respond in their media, in their TV, in their websites. You know, from time to time they make responses, and they're very. It shows that they really are concerned about how we look at them, and that's a good thing, because we hope that eventually they'll revisit how they're treating the people.
And this show seems to have some similarities to Parazit, which is a show that gained immense popularity inside of Iran. How is this show similar, and how is it different?
It's pretty much the same thing, except 4 years of experience behind it. Parazit took at least about 1.5 years, 2 years before, you know, it got any kind of recognition. I think on Facebook, our first year, we had 16,000 fans. This week is our first anniversary or 52nd episode. We have 110,000 fans. And, you know, times have changed. Parazit came out of a time when the Iranian uprising was huge. Now we're dealing with a different atmosphere. Now we have to do a different style. We have to keep up with the weekly politics, talk about the future, talk about the past, go back to the archives. So it's a more mature show, but the foundations are all the same.
And OnTen is broadcast by satellite to Iran and is also available on the Persian page of voanews.com, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you're wondering how the show got its title, OnTen is actually a play on words meaning antenna in Farsi, but it's slang for spy.